Holly, too, represents a kind of interference, but this comes from within, when we are attacked by thoughts of jealousy, envy, revenge, suspicion. Here the negativity is deeper and darker than the earlier remedies. As if the poison now lives within and dictates the anger and rage. Holly brings light into the darkness. Star of Bethlehem we have looked at already. The central style is surrounded by a 6-part ovary, then 6 stamens and 6 petals. It is the geometry of the flowers which repairs the dislocation caused by shock and grief. White chestnut and the next remedy, red chestnut, are closely related. Both act to break up a pattern, the opposite of Star of Bethlehem, which works to build back the pattern. White chestnut is for circling thoughts, when we repeat a mental argument over and over. Thoughts which seem to circle round and around and cause mental torture. With red chestnut, those thoughts are for the welfare of others. When we can't stop imagining danger and difficulty for our loved ones. We project the anxiety and thereby can bring about the very thing we fear. Pine is altogether a more complex emotional state. Again, it is almost as if Bach is speaking about himself. Even when successful, they think that they could have done better and are never content with their efforts or results. for those who blame themselves. But why? Why do we blame ourselves? Why do we attach fault and guilt to ourselves? It is an emotional reaction to a traumatic event, often something far back in childhood. Honeysuckle looks back at the past, but with longing, with nostalgia. Perhaps a time of great happiness, or memories of a lost friend, or ambitions which have not come true. Bright trumpets, these flowers declare the now. With wild rose, we abandon the endeavour, give up on our ambitions. Surrender to the struggle of life without complaint, resigned to all that happens. Make no effort to improve things and find some joy. For Bach, it is the beginning of the end. After months of intense work and discovery, he enters the darkest period, at the height of summer when the wild rose blooms. A weed grows among the corn. Mustard, he says, is for those who are liable to times of gloom or even despair, as though a cold, dark cloud overshadowed them and hid the light and joy of life. It is a depression which is opportunistic, growing in the space of inactivity when we are not purposefully engaged in life. Last came sweet chestnut. When the anguish is so great as to seem to be unbearable. When there appears to be no light in the darkness. When there is nothing but destruction and annihilation to face. When every help fails. So here are 19 remedies which speak to the depth of trauma which we may encounter, and which offer the potential for learning and change. It was Dr. Bach's intention that these remedies should help us to better understand life. When we understand, we may choose to take responsibility.